Yo guys, Mike for Sim Racing 604. Welcome back to Automobilista 2 and welcome on board the Formula Vee Gen 2. This is one of the newest cars to be added to the title, and honestly I think one of its best. The Formula Vee is just a small little 200-ish horsepower car, 5 forward gears, very simple. You can see they added the halo for Gen 2. If you're used to the outgoing Formula Vee, the Gen 1, it did not have the halo. So you got this big black bar staring you in the face the whole race, which is annoying. Other than that, it's a pretty sweet little race car, and I think kind of highlights what AMS2 does best, and that is taking lesser known race cars and just making them really fun. So we're kind of going to do a showcase of AMS2 and its best attributes all sort of rolled into one race. So as you can see, we have some clouds in the sky, so it is going to rain at some point during this race, and then that rain will collect on the track, and then by the end of the video it will start to dry out. So what's interesting also about these Formula Vee cars is they have an all-weather tire. So you're probably used to driving on slick tires in sim racing, and when it rains, that means a change of tire compounds. Not so with this here Gen 2, well, I think, and the Gen 1 as well, but the Formula Vee in general only runs on all weathers. So the rain just kind of adds another layer of fun rather than technical complication to the race. You don't have to worry about stopping for new tires or anything like that. You just got to watch your speed, watch your grip limits, etc. And it just makes for a really, really fun experience. So we're going 30 minutes here at Cascavel. Another great aspect of this title is the tracks. Cascavel is fantastic. It's a lot like Brands Hatch in terms of sort of its flow and simplicity, and a little bit of elevation change, but not overly dramatic. And yeah, I guess Brands does have a lot of elevation change, but regardless, anyway, it kind of reminds me of Brands in its sort of simplicity and just general layout. But I think I put too much thought into that. Maybe it's nothing like Brands, I don't know. So yeah, we're going to try and claw our way through the field here. Started something like 11th. As you can see in the top left corner of your screen, I am now running 10th. And yeah, we'll have to really watch ourselves once that rain starts to fall, because the grip doesn't fall off a cliff, but it definitely gets reduced. Oh, got a good launch out of that final corner. Should be able to claim 9th position here as we race toward the very tricky turn 1 here at Cascavel. This is a long sweeping left-hander, and I am just basically in a drift right now. There we go, got it back under control, and we made it around the corner. But you have to be very cognizant of your speed, feel what the car is doing. Thank goodness for the excellent force feedback provided through my Formula Alpha Evo wheelbase here in AMS2. Oh, it looks like we have rain already. So how long is it going to last? I'm not sure. I was expecting it more around the 20-minute mark, but it's come early. Does that mean it's going to last a long time? We'll have to wait and see, but you can kind of see it splattering on the screen there. The severity of it, the intensity of that rain, still to be determined. High concentration of Formula Vee cars here. That red one, the number 19 perhaps, went fully through the grass there. Not sure what was going through his or her mind when they were taking that corner. So we are slowly making our way through the field here, and right now no competitors are visible by dint of the halo bar obscuring my vision. It'd be nice to have a visual or a possibility of making that translucent or something here. But the car is fantastic overall. It really is. Really nicely done by Reza, and just buckets of fun here. And another thing that's interesting, I was mentioning how you didn't have to pit for tires when the weather turns. Another thing you almost certainly will not have to pit for is fuel. This thing absolutely sips fuel. It could probably run a lap of the Nordschleife with about 3 thimblefuls of fuel. I started this race with 11 liters, and I'm at 10.2. Maybe even less than that. Maybe it's 10.1 5 minutes gone. It makes sense that it was 11. So yeah, I do believe I have more than enough to get to the end of this race with just the 10 liters of fuel. Perhaps famous last words. This is me admitting to myself that I did not check my fuel level to start the race. And the AI went through the grass there again. That's very interesting. Maybe that's a little AI glitch here at Cascavel that they cut that corner. And setting up for an interesting final corner. Okay, he backed off. I thought I was going to have to contend with that car back into my left. And we could probably keep fourth gear here. Ooh, he tried to take a run up the inside. There we go, held fourth gear. A little slide on the exit, but still carrying enough speed. And I love seeing that suspension compress and decompress as the car goes over bumps, as my competitors go over bumps, that is. Whoa, little slide there. The rain shouldn't be affecting the grip too much at this point. When we see it get sort of shiny on that road surface, when it creates a sheen, that's when you know that grip's gonna drop off. So let's see, what can we do here, if anything? Nothing. Just got a train of cars there to compete with, so no real opportunity to overtake. And was I at this point last lap when I said it was 10.2 liters of fuel? So 0.4. Yeah, I think I should be good. But regardless, 10 liters of fuel will take you a very, very long way in the Formula Vee Gen 2. Very efficient engine. And no one cutting the corner that time that I saw. Maybe I was just focused on other things. You can see the rain collecting on the car's surface ahead of me. Paneling there on the fin. That's cool. Visually, I mean, this game has always been stunning, and time has really served it well. This game just seems to get more gorgeous with time, and really just a beautiful game to drive. I think probably when this rain ceases and we get some sun toward the end of the race, it's going to be really, really nice to look at. And hugging this corner, holding on, holding on. It is absolutely downpouring now, so this is probably approaching the lower limit of grip that I will experience in this race. I gotta watch myself here. Okay, tight. I've got a car back into my right as well, so I'm gonna take the inside line here, and that's gonna be good enough for 6th position. So I got 2 more to go. And then I get a little break. There's a gap between the top 3 cars and the next 3, which I am included in. Car up the inside there. I gotta watch myself. He's right there. Still there. There he is. Alright, so I gave 1 position back, but that's okay. In the rain, I do turn the, what is it called? The difficulty slider in the rain. I do turn that down a bit. I usually run about 93%, but perhaps that wasn't enough here. Maybe my absence of wet weather driving skills is going to really hold me back in this race. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we're getting a serious downpour here, and the track is absolutely covered. Again, it's not the same effect as if I have slick tires on and I was running a GT3 car or something like that. It's not as if there's zero grip, but I'm going to slide all over the place. These all-weather tires, they hold up quite nicely, although not perfect. Like, there is definitely a noticeable reduction in grip with these tires in the wet. Come on. Everybody hold steady. Hold steady. Don't want to go out on anything stupid. There we go. Managed to get that one done, and I have gone from 7th to 5th in 1 lap's time. All I can focus on now. Oh, he's going up the inside. I broke too early there. Although I had enough gap between me and him before the braking zone that I was able to hold him off, thankfully. So a hard rain's gonna fall here in Brazil. And the spectators seem unfazed. They're still wearing their shorts and t-shirts, not an umbrella in sight. The Formula Vee Gen 2 faithful here to watch their favorite sim tuber embarrass himself as usual. Alright, so this is going to be an interesting run here. Number 12 car moving in to kind of close off the inside line. And I'm gonna play it safe here and hold back. You can see that sheen now. There's water collecting on the track. So I really got to watch myself. Woo-wee! Literally wheel to wheel. Almost touched. Should be good here though. Hold the inside line and then move across to the next inside line. Whoa! Big slide there. Managed to hold it. 19 minutes to go. 19 and a half minutes. Is fuel going to be a consideration? Yep, definitely is. Come on, number 12, you hold off. Ooh, big understeer. And by the way, this is just straight out of the box. Is this car? I didn't modify anything in setup, so it's very easy to have great races like this. And again, you can play around with the weather, not have to think about, you know, how much fuel am I going to add on my pit stop, you know, what kind of tires, when do I go back? I mean, I like that stuff personally, but I also understand it adds a layer of complexity, and if you gamble wrong, it can cost you big. Not so here with your tire selection, of course. Only one compound available on this Formula Vee Gen 2. Bad lap there for me. And I gave the position back and really am not in a position to threaten to take the position back. Whoa! Whoa! Full slide there. So definitely losing pace here in the wet. The rain has eased. Waiting for the sun to come out now to help dry it. I haven't driven this on a drying track before, so we'll have to see how I get on with that. I'm assuming the dry line is going to be significantly faster even with the all-weather tires, so I'll try and stick to the drying line where possible. And tightened right up on this guy's tail now, or close to it anyway. A little slide there, a little understeer. So oversteer on the entry, understeer toward the middle of the corner. So a real handful in the wet. But again, it looks like the rain has just about stopped. So we're very, very close to hopefully seeing some direct sunshine. And yeah, getting back to dry conditions. All right, so very close here. I got a good run on him. I'm not going to push it through this long left-hander. This can... Yikes. Whew. This could be a very dangerous corner is what I was going to say, and then it almost proved prophetic there. Woof. Tires nearly touched. And a pretty sizable gap to the cars in front, so I'm not sure I'm going to be competing for a win here. Lots of time on the clock. Got about half the race time to go, which is good. The problem is I'm not really closing up that gap, which is my... There we go. Okay, so I am about 5 seconds back of the lead, so not terrible. Question is that gap going up or down? It seems to have more or less stabilized. It's not as if they're driving off into the distance, but it's also not apparent that I'm catching them at any great rate. That was a better corner for me there. So holding on to the position successfully for one more lap. I'm going to try and carry a bit more speed here through the final corner. It seems to be my best corner when I hold fourth gear here. Work with the slide. You can see I put that gap. You can see with the virtual mirror at the top of the screen, put a little bit of distance between myself and the car behind, and perhaps closed up a little bit on the cars in front. Nope, never mind. Can't even see them. Come on, Mike. Alright, so the road surface is definitely changing. So we're going to have to work with that. Sections of the track, parts of the track do appear to be drying pretty rapidly here in this Brazilian sun. So that's good, I think. Should be net good news for me. Not sure how the AI will react. But yeah, I don't think I'm dropping too far back. Could be good. 7.5 liters of fuel. If I started, yeah, okay, I got enough. Good. I can take my mind off the fuel and just focus on my race here. A little slide. One thing AMS2 does really, really well, while they do the weather overall really nicely, but it's not just a blanket weather system. So sections of the track can be, you know, still raining while others are drying, especially on the larger tracks. But yeah, Cascavel, that probably won't happen. But just the same, different sections of the track are going to be more dry than others. So I got to be cognizant, conscious even, of where I'm positioning my tires. And the other thing about this Gen 2 that I noticed is it has a 5th gear. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I believe the first gen Formula V only had 4 gears. So that's interesting. So maybe there's an opportunity to drive this on some larger circuits. We'll have to check that out, because I really do love this. One of my all-time favorite cars in this title is the Formula Junior. This isn't quite on that level for me, but it's very close. It's a really, really nicely done car. But I love when AMS2 does that. I had a few people ask me why I didn't cover like the Aston Martin hypercar for AMS2 when it was released a couple of weeks ago, I guess now. Whoa! And the truth is that I don't think it showcased what AMS2 does best. I think when you get into the Aston Martin hypercar, especially with it being so fresh in my mind from Le Mans Ultimate, the AMS2 version just didn't do anything for me by comparison to the Le Mans Ultimate version. So I really couldn't, you know, come up with a lot positive to say. And this has been one of my favorite sims for years now, and I didn't see the point in doing a video just telling you my disappointment in it. So yeah, I kind of held off on that. Oh no, I put a tire into the grass and now I am off. Okay, kept it off the wall, that's good. Whoops, can't find a gear. How far back did I fall? 9th. Okay, so any hopes of a win are gone. We might chase top 5. See, this game has, they don't talk about it a lot, but it has a built-in listening system. So anytime you speak ill of any of its content, it punishes you with a spin. It heard what I was saying about the Aston hypercar and said, take this, 604. Alright, so that can happen. But I think the greater point I was building to was I just didn't have a lot positive to say, and I didn't really feel like making a negative video about AMS2. But yeah, the previous point was that this kind of follows in what I think is AMS2's strengths, which is kind of more unknown, lower horsepower cars. There's a bunch of them. Like those, and I'm blanking on the, man, what is there? There's like a Puma, what else is there? Anyway, some of the smaller, like tin top cars from way back, those are really fun. There's a Beetle. Those are really, really fun. I can't remember what they call that class, but those are really fun cars. The Formula Junior I mentioned, first gen Formula V, like, I mean, these are all great cars and they play really, really nicely in this title. And I think something like this, it's hard to match. Like, these are some of the more fun cars I drive in sim racing, period. Not just the AMS2, but they're just a blast to drive. And there's so many ways to enjoy it. So many great tracks, so many great weather options, and yeah, it just makes you really appreciate what this sim can do. I think probably when you get into this title, competing head-to-head with Le Mans Ultimate, you know, in the endurance hypercar class, to me, just LMU does it better. And then you talk about GT3s, and to me, there's like, it doesn't stack up against, you know, the LMGT3s of Le Mans Ultimate, or the RSS mods from Assetto Corsa, or ACC's more recent content. Like, there's a lot of GT3 competitors, and AMS2 falls a bit short on that for me. But again, for like low horsepower classic race cars, or you know, more lesser known, more or less, lesser known cars, I should have said. It's very hard to beat this title. It's just so much fun. So anyway, rant over with. I think I gave you about 5 minutes of my purest stupidity there. So now I got 10 minutes to try and fight for something here. Again, goal is top 5. And I can kind of sense it. I can feel it coming in the air today. So we're going to try and snug up to these guys as quick as possible. I think probably going wide through turn 1 now that it's dry might be my best chance for an overtake. Hold on to it, Mike. Easy on the throttle. Yeah, I am definitely pulling closer to these guys lap by lap. I think probably in about 2 laps time, should be pretty close, almost ready for an overtake, poised for an overtake, perhaps. And then the top 3, I can see them. My suspicion is they're about 12 seconds ahead. Let's see how accurate my... Oh, yeah, 12.9. Look at me go. Whoa, mama. There we go. Very wide. We got her back. So that was actually my fastest lap. Just chucked it wildly around that final corner. And that helped me make up some time. Careful, Mike. Careful, Mike. Careful, Mike. There we are. Just get it safely around there. 8.5 minutes. We got this. We got this. I said 2 laps time, and I think that's going to be about right. I think probably by next lap should be looking pretty good. Maybe not for an overtake, but being within striking distance-ish. That's a technical term used by motorsport experts around the world. Okay. Let's go, Mike. Okay, final corner coming up here. I'm gonna take out a little more speed than last time. Don't want to be crazy with it, but yeah, I do like the idea of carrying more speed around this corner than my competitors, making up a bit of time. There we are, much cleaner. It's going to be another PB, it should be. There we are, half a second shaved off. Look at me go. Whoa, that was wild. Again, it's just... these thin little tires, they allow so much slip. And yeah, you just gotta really, like, my hands are tense actually, because I'm trying to feel for where am I versus that limit of grip. Am I gonna spin the car? So yes, I'm not on his gearbox, but the gearbox is visible now at least, when not hidden behind a halo pillar. All right, so I tend to brake very early in that corner and give back time. But at least I'm not dying. Oh, easy, Mike. There we are. Okay, so turn 1 was my prediction for where I might be able to overtake, and I think that might be a possibility here. Because I'm going to try and carry a bunch of speed and get a good launch out of the corner. And ideally, I would love to go inside line here into turn 1. Got 1. Slowing. Oh, going wide. Phew, managed to stay off the neighboring car there. And there we are, the double overtake. Excellent. So, 7th position. 5th is staring me in my face. Actually, 4th. I don't know if I'll be able to accomplish a triple overtake, but certainly 3 cars over the next 5.5 minutes of race time is a possibility. So, let's see here. Tried braking a little bit later there. Don't know if it was any better or not. And yeah, kind of like a Formula 4 car in some ways, in that you really got to focus on one input at a time. If you try to apply too much steering while you're braking or accelerating, you might be in for a tough time. It can do it, but only to a certain point. This car really limited on grip. Alright, so this could be an interesting corner here. Let's see if I can take a wide line. Maybe. No, I was going to say position myself for an outside overtake, but it's not going to be the case. Whoa, I had to bleed out speed there in a hurry because I almost ran into the back of the 86. He's still there. He's on my right. Question is, okay, he backed out. I think I have this overtake, so that is 6th position. Yes. Super Troopers. So yes, my race is for 4th position. Won't be able to make podium, sadly. I was probably gonna do it had I not spun a few laps ago, or 10 minutes ago, I guess now. Whew. Okay, so we're getting some beautiful light here. So that must mean we're close to sundown here at Cascavel. Okay, not as good a final corner as I had hoped. And I ran out of real estate. So what is my move here? I think back out. Try and carry speed up the inside through the final part of the corner. Now blast it. Come on. Whoa! Boy, that looked deliberate. 5th. Okay, good. Boy, that was a real challenge there. He's coming back at me again. There we go. Managed to hold him off. So 5th was my goal. 5th is where I'm at. 2.5 minutes to get one final overtake done. Number 12 running up on me there. So hold on to it, Mike. Still full tires left. This is an endurance monster. Actually, that'd be pretty fun. Do like 3 straight hours in this on one set of tires. How cool would that be? Through all sorts of weather. Although 12 liters may be the fuel capacity for this, so who knows. Alright, another decision to be made here. Choosing the safe path. Almost didn't choose the safe path there. Yeah, can we get an easy one up the inside? Yep. So that almost felt like cheating. Not my most proud overtake, but the AI just can't seem to defend the inside through the second part of that corner. Whoa. Okay. 1 minute 15 seconds left, so the leader rather is just ahead. Okay, so this will be the penultimate lap that I'm on now. Unless I selected time plus 1 lap. I can't recall what I did, but I think we will probably see the white flag once the first place car crosses the finish line. It looks like they're having a great battle up there. Wait for me, guys. I want to join. Yeah, 7 seconds to the car ahead. I was just looking at my... why can't I think of it? Lovely dashboard is what I meant to say. It truly is lovely. So, a safe lap here is all I need to bring home a respectable 4th place. AI almost thinking about a run there, but I think I should be in the clear. Come on, Mike. Let's go. Whoa! Too much throttle too early. And early on the brakes again, because why not? Because I've got a decent cushion of about 0.7 of a second behind me. What could go wrong, right? There's just simply no way I could lose this lead. Unless... oh boy. Oh boy. No, 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 you can't see it. It's on my left screen, but he's right there. So this is going to be a run to the finish here. Track limits. Who cares? Final stretch here. There we go. All right. So 4th place. So Formula Vee Gen 2. Again, I think it just really highlights what AMS2 does better than anyone else. Super fun, lesser known cars at really fun circuits that you don't drive in every single sim. And yeah, easy to set up weather and time of day things to make this really just a beautiful, fun experience. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.